Let's bring the Texas Republican Congressman Roger Williams in as we wait for the presidential news conference to begin. Congressman Williams there on the other side of town, just outside the House chamber. Good to see you, sir. We've had a lot of news already today, so if you'll indulge us, I'd like to ask you about some of the topics that have come up over at the White House with this meeting that's taking place between the President of France and the President of the United States. First of all, on Iran, what do you think should happen with the nuclear deal? Would it be prudent or advisable, in your view, to just back out of it completely?
Well, I support President Trump when he said it's a bad deal, one of the worst deals he's seen, and we need to back out. And I know they're going to have negotiations and some talk with the leader of France, but I think let's see what kind of deal he can make. If we need to get back in, I think that'll be a decision he makes, or stay out, because it was a very bad deal for us. So let's see what happens. I mean, he's a negotiator. We got a friend with France and the French leader. So let's see what we can come up with.
So if you back out, the point the French president made when he was interviewed by our colleague Chris Wallace over the weekend is that there is, at least in his view, no plan B. What's the plan B if we back out?
Well, I don't know if there's a plan B, and that's a good statement for him to make. In any business deal, there needs to be what we call an off-ramp, an exit ramp, and I'm sure President Trump has got that. He just hadn't talked about it yet, and that's the art of a good deal maker.
You see the way the East Room is being set up here as the congressman speaks to you about the big issues that we'll be covering here in just a moment. Some of the comments, I believe, that maybe are prepared for each president being put on the lectern. So we're getting closer to this beginning. Let me ask you, Congressman, about North Korea a little bit. That's also come up a number of times today when we've heard from both presidents earlier. President Trump even referring to Kim Jong-un, who he's about to set up a meeting with, from what we're led to believe, as someone who's honorable. Of course, he said, he called him everything, little rocket man, everything else months ago, but now he says he's acting in an honorable fashion. What do you make of that and the way he's setting up this meeting?
I think it's great. I mean, the idea that we could even get this Kim Jong-un to talk about dismantling his missiles and coming to the table is pretty important. I don't think anybody thought we'd be this far along. I look forward to the meeting they're going to have when we know when it's going to be. But the fact that he's been able to slow this guy down and get his attention, I think, is pretty unbelievable. And I totally give him all kinds of salutes for what he's been able to do so far.
Congressman, it's very good to see you. We have this, and I appreciate you rolling with the punches here with us as we cover this breaking news. We'll have you back on again soon, talk about immigration and all the issues that are important to you. Thanks very much.
Let's do it. Thank you.
All right. Congressman Roger Williams from the House chamber just outside of it.